Good morning, everybody. Hope you are fine and doing studies at home, enjoying the winter, sitting in a blanket or kilt. Yes, you do. So, welcome to Class 12 English. This is Sir Manish Vijay, welcomes you all. So, as you know, we have started the chapter 6 in the previous lectures, that is, On the Face of It by Susan Hill. And we have had 2 lectures on it, and I hope you have read the chapter, a very interesting one, facing no doubts, and try to understand a simple chapter about a small boy, Daddy, who was quite withdrawn and defiant, and an old man named Mr. Lamb, who was quite calm and relaxed without any worries, without any stress, and how he was trying to make that boy comfortable, who was completely worried about his burned face, burnt with acid. And according to that boy, that acid not only burnt his face but also burnt him completely. Means he got withdrawn, he got defiant, he got diffident, submissive. He was not able to live his life at the fullest. All the wishes, all the dreams were eaten up by that acid because he was not able to come out of his house. He was not able to meet with different people as he thought that other people were afraid of him. And the same thing he thought about Mr. Lamb. He thought himself very ugly. He thought that nobody, if he is outside, nobody could avoid his face. Everybody noticed his face. And when he saw Mr. Lamb with thin leg, he asked about his leg too. When he came to know that his leg was blown off, he wanted him to hide his leg. As he was not able to hide his face, he could hide his leg and nobody would notice. But then Mr. Lamb explained the life properly, that people noticed something for some time, and after some time they got tired of all those things. Because in the world there are so many things to see, to notice, besides his burnt face or thin leg. So many beautiful things. And this is life. Everything is relative. Everything is connected. Beauty and the beast, they all are connected together. We have read till here, page number 59, and the last para was left to complete because that has a different meaning. Let's continue with this. I hope you need not so much things to brief to you. Everything is clear to you. Fine. We can move further. So when Mr. Lamb was explaining him that everything was relative, Beauty and the Beast, he was not able to understand. He asked him, what's that supposed to mean? What that Beauty and the Beast supposed to mean to him? Mr. Lamb asked him to explain, to tell him, Daddy, you needn't think they haven't all told me that fairy story before. It's not what you look like. It's what you are inside. Handsome as handsome does. Beauty loved the monstrous beast for himself, and when she kissed him, he changed into a handsome prince. Only he wouldn't. He would have stayed a monstrous beast. I won't change. Have you seen that movie, Emma Watson's? Have you read this novel, Beauty and the Beast? I just want you to see it or read the novel. What is the story that? If you have seen, you would know the story. It's a fairy tale. So, when Mr. Lamb asked him about Beauty and the Beast, he recalled this fairy tale that he also have read this, listened this fairy tale in which there was a story there was a message that it was not like what we look like. It is what we are inside. Like, means your outer body is not so important. Your face, okay, your personality does not matter a lot. What you are inside, your deeds, your actions, your behavior, your heart, that matters a lot. Handsome is as handsome does. Only that person is beautiful or handsome who has a beautiful heart, beautiful inner sense, whether he looks ugly or beautiful. Face is not the index of heart. And a person who is very handsome, do you think is really handsome from the inside too? But this is the world. In this world, we look at the things superficially. We want the outer beauty. We don't look at the inner beauty. Outer beauty is more important to us. Do you think it is a good thing? No, it is not a good thing. But we always go for it. Here, the message is handsome is as handsome does. Only those people are handsome or those ladies are beautiful who are really good at heart, who does good actions. Right? If you are very rich, very handsome, very beautiful, and there is some needy at your door and you don't open that door in this winter even to help that, how could you be handsome and beautiful? Got it? That is the meaning. So, there is a good saying, handsome is as handsome does. खूबसूरत वही है जो खूबसूरत काम करता है, जिसके कर्म अच्छे होते हैं, कर्म सुंदर होते हैं. गीता में लिखा है, you would have read Gita. Gita, an epic. I'm talking about a book, okay? Beauty, now what is the story? If you haven't read the story, I'll tell you. It is given here also. In this story, there's a girl, beautiful, very beautiful, so gorgeous. You would have seen Emma Watson, very gorgeous. And Beauty loved the monstrous beast. And in that story, there is a monster too. Very hurly-burly and very strong one. Beast, animal, ugliest one. She loved that monsters because of his deeds, his actions, उसके कर्मों की वजह से, उसके कामों की वजह से. He was loved by that beautiful princess or that beautiful girl. And when she kissed that beautiful, that ugly monster, that monster turned into a handsome prince because he was a handsome prince who was cursed by a witch to become a beast. And after that kiss, he was turned into a handsome prince. This was the story. Then he did not understand the deep message hidden in the story. He just read that fairy tale superficially. He said he would not change like that. He would not change into a handsome prince. Whoever loved him, he would be having that burned face forever. He would have stayed, only he wouldn't have stayed a monstrous beast. I won't change. Right? He wouldn't have, but he wouldn't. लेकिन वो नहीं होगा. Fine? After kiss 2, he did not want to be a prince. He would have stayed the monstrous beast. But here, the thing would not happen to him. He said, I won't change. मैं नहीं बदलूंगा. Whoever kissed me, he won't change. Yeah, it was a true thing. That was fairy tale. It happens in the stories, tales, but the real life is completely different. All right? Mr. Lamb said, in that way, no, you won't. In that way, like that monstrous beast, he would not change. Daddy, and no one will kiss me ever. Only my mother, and she kisses me on the other side of my face. I don't like my mother. to kiss me. She does it because she has to. Why should I like that? I don't care if anybody ever kisses me. He was very much upset. He said that nobody would kiss him like that because he got burnt face. And then he added, only his mother kissed him. And she also kissed him on the other side of the face, which is not burnt. And he thought that his mother kissed him because it was her compulsion, as she was his mother. Do you think mother's love is so partial? You can see his complete attitude got negative. His thinking about his mother is quite pessimistic. How could he think about How could he think about his mother like this? Right? He said she kissed him as she had to kiss him, and he did not like that. Then he said he didn't care if nobody ever kissed him. It was his anger or it was a true thing? What do you say, my dear? I thought it was his anger. He wanted or not. Everybody in this world wants some love, whether they say they want it or not, but everybody in this world wants love. Think yourselves. Mr. Lamb, after listening to him, oh, but do you care if you never kiss them? He said that he didn't care if anybody kissed him or not. Then he added further, whether he cared if somebody kissed him or not. Terry, what? Surprised. Girls, pretty girls, long hair and large eyes, people you love. And he said, the world is full of beautiful girls. Girls, pretty girls, long hair, large eyes, people you love. That if he cared that these girls or people whom he loved would never kiss him. Terry, who would let me? Not one. He said, he did not deny, he did not say anything, but he asked the next question, who would let me? Means there was somewhere the desires hidden in his heart. He wanted somebody to love him, to kiss him, but those desires are suppressed somewhere because of his burnt face. Otherwise, he would not be asking the second question, that who would let him kiss, as he also wanted a kiss. Right? Mr. Lamb said, who can tell? He was not a god. He cannot predict everything. He was just telling him, and he did not know what next. Derry, I won't ever look different. He said that he would not look different. He would look as he was. When I am as old as you, I'll look the same. I'll still only have half a face. He said that he will not look any different, whether he is of this age or whether he would be old like him. He would look as he was, ugly, according to himself. That he would only have the half face. Again, the topic came to his face, where it started. Again, he started thinking about his face, that his face was half burnt and he would look same as he looked now, whether at this age, whether at very old age. Mr. Lamb, so you will, but the world won't. The world has got a whole face, and the world's there to be looked at. He added, he agreed with him. He said in positive, affirmative, that he was right. He would not change. He would look same, half burnt face. But the world would not look same. The world would change, and the world has a complete face. And there is a very big there is a very big world to look at. So beautiful. So many things are there except his face. Don't you think, my dear friends? Yes. Terry, do you think this is the world? This old garden, when Mr. Lamb was talking about the world, he came to the garden. That if Mr. Lamb was saying that that garden was his world, small garden, because Mr. Lamb was not able to move anywhere, he got 10 leg and he had to stay there forever. Then he commented, he wanted to know what was the meaning of a world according to Mr. Lamb, because he never moved out of the garden. He raised a question on his ideas. Mr. Lamb, when I am here, not the only one, but the world as much as anywhere. He said, it was the world when he was there. Yeah, it's only you. If you go out in search of peace, beauty, you would never find anywhere. It always lies inside your heart. You have to say it. You have to become happy with these small things. If you wait for a big thing to make you happy, you could never be happy. Start being happy with very small things, tiny things. Start love them. It's very important. So, he said, when he was there, it was his world. But not the only one. This was not the only one which was his world. The world as much as anywhere. What the world he could see anywhere, that was his world. Clear? Now Derry again started asking him, when a person asks about others, forgetting himself, it means they are not totally eaten up. Derry was still somewhere. He was not totally lost. You could see. He asked about his leg, if his leg hurt him. Mr. Lamb replied that didn't hurt now. Tin. The leg was of tin and it didn't hurt. Derry, when it came off, did it? Then he asked about the leg when it was blown off. Was he hurt? He replied, certainly, obviously, when the leg, when any of your body part is removed, is blown off with the bomb, it really hurts. Terry, and now? And he was quite bothered about his pain. He was asking now, I mean, where the tin stops at the top? Then he asked, does this tin pain to you? Because that whole leg was not of tin. There is some part of the body, like suppose it is a leg, it is broken here. So here it is tin, but here it is the bone or muscles where it is connected. So where it stops, tin is stopped here. So does it hurt here? Right? When it just touches the body, the real bone or the muscles. Mr. Lamb replied, now and then, occasionally. In wet weather, it doesn't signify. When it hurts, in wet weather. And it was not so important. He never ever noticed him. Yeah, it happens. It is a tin and it also get connected to the muscles, bones, so it also hurt. But in wet weather. Oh, that is something else they all say. Look at all those people who are in pain and brave and never cry and never complain and don't feel sorry for themselves. After listening to Mr. Lamb, again he came to the other people where he started. That it can be asked in your exam in reference to context, who do they refer to? They refers to people. So that's something else they all say. He said, all people say something different. What they say? People used to, I think, when he felt depressed, people used to motivate him, because it is the people's duty, tendency to motivate other people, to guide them without their need, to advise them. It is the common tendency of a common man, of people. So he was talking about those people that they used to say him, used to guide him, used to advise him to look at the other people who was also disabled, suffers in pain, and they were very brave and courageous. They never cry, they never complain. Because those people never faced these kinds of problems. They always saw these people from far distance. And they did not understand their pain. So they often claimed that other people because they used to give him the examples of different people who were disabled and wanted him to motivate, wanted him to not to be depressed, to positive. Maybe that was a reason. They used to give him the advices. Right? Mr. Lamb, I haven't said it. Mr. Lamb added further that he had not said these lines. Derry, and think of all those people worse off than you. Well, Mr. Lamb said that he had not said that, he had never complained, he had never cried, he don't feel sorry for himself. So Derry now was advising him. Then think of all those people worse off than you, to think about all these people who were worse than Mr. Lamb. Derry was guiding him. Look, think you might have been blinded or born deaf or have to live in a wheelchair or be deaf in your hand and dribble. That instead of losing his one leg, he might have got blinded or deaf, or he could have lost his both the legs, he could have on the wheelchair forever, or he could be deaf. Deaf means stupid, lost his mind, got mad. So he was just telling him that he was lucky, he had only lost his one leg, he only got his one leg blown off. He could have anything, blind, deaf, completely limp, sitting on wheelchair, mad. Mr. Lamb said, that's all true and you know it. It was all true. Whatever was told by Derry, and he also knew it. So why he was telling Mr. Lamb? He himself was withdrawn and defiant, but he was trying to comfortable Mr. Lamb. Forgetting his own trouble, own pain, he was guiding him. He was instructing him, advising him what to do, what not to do. Look, the change. Something is changed in that boy from the beginning till now. Derry said, it won't make my face change. Do you know, one day a woman went by me in the street. I was at a bus stop and she was with another woman. She looked at me and she said, whispered. Only I heard her. She said, look at that. That's a terrible thing. That's a face only a mother could love. And there he came back to his face again, that whatever people say, whatever I feel, his face would not be changed. It was like that forever. Now he told him an incident, that when he was at a bus stop, he heard a woman talking about him to another woman. She looked at Derry and told that woman, whispered in a very soft voice, which was audible to him only. He was able to hear that. She thought that he would not be listening. He would not hear, but Derry heard her. What she was saying? She was telling that woman who was standing next to her at the bus stop, to look at Derry's face that was quite terrible. And then she added that face could only be loved by mother. Derry heard that a mother could only love that face. Mr. Lamb, so you believe everything you hear then? He said, if he believed everything, whatever was heard. People said so many things to him. Did he believe everything? Some good things were also told to him. Some bad things too. He was believing the bad things but not the good one. So he just wanted to confirm. If he believed everything, Derry did not reply. He said, that was cruel that lady, women spoke those lines. Mr. Lamb, maybe not meant as such, just something sad between them. Mr. Lamb tried to explain him. It could happen that he had heard not the complete sentence, something else was also spoken in between them. He should not have believed what the lady said. Derry said, only I heard it. He only heard the line, nobody else heard it. Look, when we think about that lady's statement again, she said, only, that's a phrase, only a mother could love. It has two meanings. Maybe she wanted to say what was heard by Derry, that no other women love him except his mother. A simple meaning. That no other woman would love him except his mother. Because his mother's duty is that to love his child, however he looks. But maybe it had deep meaning that only a mother could love. That a female, a woman, or everybody should have the heart of a mother to love that man. Everybody has to become so gentle, so kind, like a mother, and to love this boy. Clear now? I hope it is clear. Two meanings, different meaning. It all depends on your sense of perception. What you think, what you understand. Mr. Lamb commented further, and is that the only thing you ever heard anyone say in your life? That was that only thing he heard anybody told him? He never heard anybody else saying anything to him? Huh? Oh no, I have heard a lot of things. He said that he had heard a lot many things. So now you keep your ears shut. Better. That is a simple thing. So better to shut your ears, not to hear anything. Right? So if you want to have success in your life, it's better to keep your ears shut. I tell you a story. The story of a frog. A frog was there who was sitting at the top of a tree, who climbed a tree. He used to live in a muddy area where so many different creatures were also there. When he climbed a tree, different creatures shouted at him, called him different names, abused him, demoralized him. But still, he reached the top of the tree. Then he was interviewed by a reporter of a very famous news channel. He asked him, "Sir, you were abused, you were beaten, you were hit. Many people call you different names. Many creatures demoralized you. But you never answered them, sir. You never looked at them. And you achieved whatever you want to achieve. You became very successful. You are the only frog who has reached the top of the tree from that mud. Others are lying in the mud. Never did. How it happened?" The frog just gestured to stop him, and he just took out 2 cotton plugs from his ears. Then he asked him, "Yes, sir, please ask what you want to ask." I hope you understood the story. He didn't listen then. If you want to achieve success, you want to reach at the top of the height, don't listen to the others. Don't be demoralized. With this, I would like to wind up today's class. Read the chapter. We'll continue in the next class. That's all of my side. Thank you for listening to me. Goodbye. Take care.